Okay. Good morning, world. How are we today? I know you will probably barely be able to see me because it is quite dark still. It's early. I just wanted to make a very quick one about Trump being the big bad bully that he is, and saying, basically, that America has protected all these Western countries for the last 40 years. Now when, he wants their assistance for what he calls something very minor, which I thought was laughable. The Western countries say that they don't want to be involved. Firstly, I do not agree that this is something very minor. I think that Donald Trump thinks he is a very intelligent man, more intelligent than perhaps he is, more strategic than perhaps he is. I think he underestimated the impact of his own actions and words and what he's done. I think he did not anticipate things to play out the way that they have. I think he did not anticipate that, usual allies would resist as much as they have in assisting the US in this illegal war. And I think the fact that it's an illegal war and has very little grounds to stand on is, a big reason as well why the usual allies are resisting. And just like, there was, I forget, some doctor who was just on the ABC News radio just now this morning here, was saying about in Australia, it comes down to, do we have the capabilities, and also the loaded question of, should we be assisting the US in their illegal war? And that's what it comes down to for all the Western allies, doesn't it? They've all said to Trump, or in their statements, that they don't want to get involved and sort of broaden the scope of this war, turn it into a full-blown world war. And Trump is completely it's like he's oblivious to that issue. It's like he's ignoring that issue. He's not thinking about the fact of capabilities of each nation. He's not thinking about the even just financial implications. He's not thinking about the risk that comes with a country involving themselves to assist him and his illegal war. And he's not thinking about whether or not they have the capabilities to. Obviously the risk thing is a huge thing as well, isn't it? No country wants to wave a flag in the air and be like, hey, Iran, we're helping Trump, we're going to help bomb you guys, so then that makes you a lot more at risk as a whole nation for attacks in retaliation. And really everybody knows that Trump just, preemptively or prematurely attacked Iran. When apparently they were in the middle of negotiations, Iran had come to the table. They were supposed to be negotiating, and Trump just attacked, and Israel, attacked. And this is the whole point. This is the whole problem. There wasn't a good enough reason. You can't just be like, oh, well, I reckon they were probably going to attack us first, so we just attacked them first. You can't be killing their, some of their main political regime members months ago, by the way, before all this, and then they still come to the table for negotiations, and then you're acting in bad faith. You're acting in with no honor. You know, you are the bad guys. You are the bad guys, and you want to bully everybody else into joining with you and being part of the bully team. You know, being part of the bad guys. And, you know, I mean, there are optics to think of there too, aren't there? Because then whoever joins forces with the US and helps them, which I hope to God Australia does not do any more than what they stupidly already have. Australia, I mean. Did I say America? I meant Australia. Yeah, I hope Australia does not, you know, do anything more than what they already have, because, you know, why would you involve yourself in something that firstly everyone knows is an illegal war? Everybody knows that it was started on, you know, bullcrap reasoning, and there's just been lie after lie. There's just been Trump running his mouth, Trump bullying everyone. It's caused a, you know, catastrophe around the world to do with oil. It's affecting, you know, a lot of people financially. You know, I mean, we were already experiencing financial crisis and, you know, cost of living crisis and all this sort of stuff prior to this in many places, weren't we? And what's this done, you know? And, you know, it's like America is the sort who wants to just like bomb the crap out of a place or out of places, and who cares about the lives lost and all that sort of stuff. And, you know, whereas Iran is being strategic and like they're going to affect your oil, they're going to affect your bank, you know. And just on that too, before I end this, you know, I in my video yesterday, I was like, somebody needs to explain better to me, because I don't understand how at the pump, you know, fuel is costing double what it was already, and you know, when we're still getting 4/5 of our oil from other places around the world. You know, this with Iran stopping that channel, that's only 1/5 of the oil, right? And so I didn't understand how the price has gone up so much and how there's a shortage and all this, right? And I understand though, with panic buying, there's shortage from that. I understand that. But anyway, so there was a guy on the news this morning that was talking about basically that where the rest of the oil is coming from have raised their prices. They've raised their prices. They're taking advantage, of course, of the situation, because we're more reliant on them than what we were before. So they've seen an opportunity to make bigger bank. And so that's where it's coming from. And that should be illegal. That should be illegal. I mean, that's like being, you know, in a food shortage or something, you know, where lives are drastically dependent, like lives are drastically affected by, and then like one supermarket in the area that does have food, you know, putting their prices up much higher or double or whatever, because it knows that it can make bigger bank, you know, because it's the only supplier around at the moment, or its demand on it is bigger, you know. Like it's just it's just it's so horrible that people are just so selfish, you know, like in these companies, selfish, you know, to put up their prices because they see an opportunity to make more money. And I know there'll be some sort of, you know, response of, oh no, well it costs us, you know, money, you know, to transport and whatnot as well, you know, and our costs have gone up. Like they pass the buck, don't they? They pass the buck until there's like apparently no one else left to blame. People don't take responsibility for their selfishness, really, ever. Anywho, I am home. Just wanted to say my 2 cents on that. Also, a quick question. Is it like a thing, like, can America, like, overthrow their own president? You know, like, can someone else, like, can it be like a vote thing inside their own party where, you know, like Trump has, like everyone's lost confidence in Trump as a president, and so he has to get like ousted or something. Like I don't know a huge amount about America's legal system and how that works, like their political system. And yeah, so I just was thinking, like, surely he has become so unpopular. Like, surely. Like, I can't, like, everywhere I turn is just like basically people, even news media really. Basically, everybody is like saying how stupid he is. And he was advised not to do this and not to do that. And, you know, he overrode all these experts and whatnot's opinions and did it anyway and made the choices that he's made anyway. So, I mean, he's just running his own little show here, thinking that he's smarter than everyone, and, you know, and then bullying everyone. And I mean, surely all the allies are getting sick and tired of him. Surely people, you know, who are even wealthy in the US and around the world, who are being affected by decisions that he makes, are sick and tired of him. The people, you know, just citizens of his own country must be sick and tired of him. You know, people on the world stage, just around the world, are sick and tired of him. You know, he has clearly proven in the time that he has been, you know, president again for the second time, he has proven, I think, that he is not the good, you know, religious man, you know, with a good heart and empathy and wanting to fight injustice and bring light to the truth and all this sort of stuff, what he sort of painted himself out to be in his campaigning, you know, all his PR. You know, I think that he is just a selfish, bad man, actually. And all he thinks about is, you know, power, greed, money. That's it. It's him in a nutshell, I think. Yeah, he doesn't have any empathy for the innocent lives lost. You know, he doesn't have any remorse, I don't think. You know, it's just, I think he's a bad man. I think Benjamin Netanyahu, however you say his name, I think he's a bad man. You know, and I think it's time that people stop being afraid of the bad man just because they appear to be in power. Anywho, that's my thoughts for today. Bye.